Hey everybody, Dr. Nelson here. This is a video about how to solve absolute value inequality problems. So we're going to do a couple problems together, and then there'll be some problems for you to try on your own, and then at the end you can see how you did. Alright, so our first problem we have is x is less than or equal to the absolute value of 4. Okay, so let's think of a value that would make this true. Okay, say if we had the number 2. Well, 2 certainly is less than or equal to the absolute value of 4, which is 4, right? How about negative 2? Well, negative 2 would also be less than or equal to the absolute value of 4, which is 4. So the way you do these problems is, the first one, you just rewrite the problem as x is going to be less than or equal to 4. Alright? But then the second part you do is you have to rewrite the problem, but now it's going to be x is going to be greater than or equal to negative 4. Alright? So the first equation or inequality, we leave it as is. The second, we flip the sign, okay, and then we add a negative to the 4. So now as we graph this, we're going to have two closed circles. So let's say here is 4, and down here is negative 4. So it's going to be a closed circle, and we have x is going to be greater than or equal to negative 4, so it goes this direction. But then it's also going to be less than or equal to 4. So we're going to have a closed circle here at 4, and then going left. So every value between negative 4 and 4 is a solution to this inequality. All right, let's turn the page, and let's take a look at this one. All right, for this one we have the absolute value of x plus 7 is less than 9. Okay, now we're going to do the exact same thing as we did before. So it's going to be x plus 7 is less than 9, and then also x plus 7. So instead of less than, it's going to be greater than negative 9. All right. So now we've got to use algebra, the steps of algebra to solve for x. So I'm going to take away 7 from both sides. So we end up with x is going to be less than 2. And then for this one, I'm going to take away 7 from both sides. And x is going to be greater than, well, negative 9 take away 7 is negative 16. All right. So now when we graph this, x is going to be greater than negative 16. So let's have negative 16 be down here with an open circle. And it's going to be greater than, so going in this direction. And then x is less than 2. So I'll say 2 is over here in an open circle and going this way. And all the values between negative 16 and 2 are solutions. But because it's an open circle, negative 16 and also 2 cannot be a solution. Alright, let's do one more together here. Alright, here we have the absolute value of 4x plus 2 is less than 18. Alright, so our first inequality is going to be 4x plus 2 is less than 18. And our second one is going to be 4x plus 2 is greater than negative 18. So I'm going to take away 2 from both sides for this one. And we get 4x is going to be less than 16. Divide both sides by 4. And we get x is going to be less than 4. That's our first solution. Alright, for this one I'm going to take away 2 from both sides. And we have 4 times x is greater than negative 20. Divide both sides by 4. And x is going to be greater than negative 5. Alright, now it's time to graph. So I know the left-hand side is going to be a negative 5. And the right-hand side, we'll say we'll have a 4 here. And both the circles are going to be open. So open circles. And for this one, x is going to be less than 4, but also greater than negative 5. So every value between these 2 points are solutions for the inequality. Alright, so now you understand how to solve absolute value inequalities. Why don't you pause the video and try the your turn problems now. And when you're done, hit play. You can see how you did. Alright, good luck. Alright, welcome back. Let's say I do this practice problem. So here I rewrote the first inequality as 3x minus 12 is greater than 6. Actually, should be greater than or equal to 6. And then also wrote it as 3x minus 12 is less than or equal to negative 6. And then when I solved, I got x is greater than or equal to 6, and also x is less than or equal to 2. So this is going to look a little different than the other ones. So we know we have a closed circle at 6 and is greater than, so it goes in the right direction. And then we also have x is less than or equal to 2. So we're going to have 2 in a closed circle and going left this way. So this is like an OR problem. So our solution can be greater than or equal to 6, or it can be less than or equal to 2. All right, how'd you do?